Tank has not been silent ever since Shakur fought Artem. Right after the fight, critics have been flowing in Shakur's corner, but the best one yet comes from Tank from a live session.
With them, man, I think like with me, people just put like an unfair amount of criticism on me.
As days go by, it seems that a fight between Shakur and Tank is closer, with Loma even stepping down to make space for it. On July 6th, 2024, boxing fans gathered at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, expecting an electrifying showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Artem Harutyunyan. The hype surrounding this fight was massive, with Stevenson making his first title defense at 135 pounds in his hometown. However, what happened in the ring was far from the thrilling battle that fans had anticipated. Instead, the night was marked by a lackluster performance that left many feeling let down.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm the best fighter in the world.
Shakur Stevenson entered the fight with an impressive record of 21-0, having secured multiple titles in different weight classes. His opponent, Artem Harutyunyan, was no slouch either, coming in with a 12-1 record and an Olympic bronze medal to his name. From Artem's fight with Frank, we did expect to see some top performance from him, especially him being a challenge to Shakur.
And carry the sport for the next few years, and I'm that guy, and I just can't wait for the day. So at the end of the day, I can't really focus on the people that try to downplay my last performance.
But from the opening bell, it became clear that this fight was not going to live up to the expectations. Stevenson, coming into the ring with his usual defensive skills, employed a familiar cautious approach. While his strategy was effective in neutralizing Harutyunyan's aggression, it did little to excite the audience. Round after round, Stevenson landed precise jabs and counterpunches, but the fight lacked the exchanges that fans crave.
I performed plenty times at the nights, and I gave the fans a lot of great, I ain't gonna say action-packed, because it's not gonna be action-packed when it's one-sided.
We do know that Harutyunyan tried to press the action, but he found it difficult to break through Stevenson's defense. And as the rounds progressed, the crowd's enthusiasm died, and what started as a highly anticipated event turned into a monotonous display of technical boxing.
Honestly, I done put on great performances before, so if they want to dwell on my last performance, they can, but truthfully, I think my last performance was a testament to how great that I really am.
The lack of heat and intensity in the fight became increasingly apparent, and by the later rounds, the audience's frustration was what was more interesting than the fight itself. After the fight, Tank came in with the comments, saying how the fight was a total waste of time for everyone, saying,
"He is ass. He is ass."
But this was not the end of his reaction. Later, he took to live to express more disappointment with the performance, not holding anything back with his criticism. Davis voiced what many of us were thinking.
Oh, I mean, I probably would have quit too, chasing him around the ring. Who would want to chase him around the ring like that? But at the end of the day, it's boxing, right?
That fight was boring as hell. Fans deserve better. Shakur needs to step it up. This is the guy some of you are saying can put me down? Come on, I put him down in our sparring session, and it was even much more exciting than what shit he showed there. He should go learn some offense if he wants a name for himself. That's why he's down there, because N doesn't know how to fight. Too scared to get knocked out. But that's easy work for me.
People that can actually hit. No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit. What you going to do when you get hit?
This wasn't the first time Stevenson had faced criticism for his fighting style. While his skills are undeniable, his cautious approach often leads to uneventful bouts. And in a sport where excitement and entertainment are crucial, Stevenson's style has sometimes been perceived as overly defensive and lacking in aggression.
Like my last fight, right? We say, oh, he was moving. Before that fight, they was telling me that I was flat-footed and I was staying in front of guys too much. And that was like the main thing, like, oh, I'm in the pocket, stand in front of somebody.
The fight against Harutyunyan was a prime example of this. Despite his dominance in the ring, Stevenson's performance failed to capture the imagination of the audience. Somewhere in the fight, you could hear the audience already booing. And if you've been following Stevenson, you know this is not the first time he's getting this kind of a reaction from the fans. However, right after the fight, Shakur Stevenson responded to the criticism of his fight against Artem Harutyunyan by saying the jeers were directed at Harutyunyan because he ain't really trying to make the fight. While it's true that neither Harutyunyan nor Edwin de los Santos, Stevenson's previous opponent, pressed the action, the responsibility still fell on Stevenson to find a way to finish his opponent.
Inches to make those shots.
Oh, there was a body shot right on the hip.
Standing firm, not being moved like a mountain. Whoa, what a big shot.
Short left hand.
And yes, while we do agree that Shakur does deserve some criticism because of his performances, let's bring the focus to the opponent he wasn't facing in the ring and probably won't be facing anytime soon, Tank Davis. As Shakur Stevenson prepared to face Artem Harutyunyan in the final fight of his top-ranked contract, the talk around the boxing world wasn't just about the upcoming bout.
Boxing. Tio, did you catch the Shakur fight on the app, or?
Man, ain't nobody watching that shit.
Did you hear what happened?
No, I didn't.
There was a decision.
Huh?
People walked out.
People walked out?
I don't know about
well,
that.
Well, it's his last fight with Top Rank, so good riddance.
Instead, much of the excitement centered on the potential mega fight between Stevenson and WBA champion Gervonta Tank Davis. This potential clash has been a hot topic during the promotional build-up to Stevenson's fight against Harutyunyan, mirroring the hype that surrounded Davis's recent knockout victory over Frank Martin. The idea of Stevenson and Davis squaring off has fans and promoters talking with anticipation. Stevenson himself acknowledged the excitement surrounding a future fight with Davis, telling Boxing Scene, "We all know that me and Tank is going to be the biggest fight in years to come. Everybody and any promoter will want to be involved when that happens. I just sit back and chill and try not to think about it. I'll think about it when it happens." Stevenson didn't mince words about the significance of a fight with Davis. "It's no question my fight with Davis is going to stop everyone Saturday night. That's like the biggest fight in the world if we are really thinking about it. Every hood in America is going to want to watch that fight. It's going to be a tremendous fight. That's the biggest and best fight to make in boxing," he said. Stevenson sees this matchup as not only a career-defining opportunity, but also as a milestone event for the sport itself. Stevenson is strategic about his career moves as he enters free agency. He's open to fluctuating between 135 and 140 pounds, aiming to capture titles in both weight classes. "I'm going to be at 135 pounds for a minute," Stevenson said. "I want to be undisputed at 135 and get the belts one by one." He recognizes that the road to cementing his legacy involves collecting as many titles as possible and showcasing his dominance across divisions. Despite the exciting prospects of a future bout with Davis, Stevenson remained focused on the task at hand, defeating Harutyunyan. He acknowledged the need to maintain discipline and not get distracted by the future. "I know that my time will come. Tank Davis has nowhere else to go but to fight me. At the end of the day, me and him will have to fight, and that's my opportunity. But for now, we're focused on Artem," Stevenson said.
Shakur Stevenson and Tank, because they're undefeated. In my opinion, I think Tank is gonna, be that guy for that.
For his part, Davis has also shown interest in facing Stevenson, but currently has his sights set on IBF lightweight title holder Vasily Lomachenko. Negotiations between Davis and Lomachenko's camps are already underway, adding another layer of intrigue to the lightweight division's dynamics. Davis has made it clear that Stevenson is on his hit list, signaling that a clash between these two powerhouses is more a matter of when, not if. On the other hand, it appears that the highly anticipated boxing match between Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko might not happen this year after all. In a recent update, Davis's co-trainer Kenny Ellis provided significant insights into the situation. According to Ellis, Lomachenko will step aside from the bout and allow Davis to take on Shakur Stevenson this fall, with the Ukrainian fighter then facing the winner in early 2025. This change has stirred the boxing world, altering the expected dynamics of the lightweight division and setting the stage for one of the most exciting matchups in recent history. Gervonta Davis and Vasily Lomachenko are among the top names in boxing right now, both holding impressive records and championship titles. The anticipation for a showdown between them has been building steadily, especially after their most recent triumphs.
Tank Davis has called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis called.
Everyone was eager to see these two elite fighters clash, and it seemed that this wish was finally going to be granted. Lomachenko's promoter, Bob Arum of Top Rank Boxing, had previously disclosed in an interview with Boxing Scene that Lomachenko, the IBF lightweight world champion, was keen to face Davis next.
We're at this time now in the career of both guys, and it's a very interesting, intriguing fight.
According to boxing journalist Dan Rafael, Arum admitted that discussions on the title unification fight had begun, with expectations that the bout could occur by the end of the year. This setup had everyone on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting what promised to be an explosive encounter. However, the landscape of the lightweight division has experienced a significant shift. Following Shakur Stevenson's unanimous decision victory over Artem Harutyunyan to defend his WBC lightweight title, new developments emerged. Kenny Ellis took to social media to announce that Lomachenko was ready to step aside and let Davis fight Stevenson.
Proving that everybody gonna have to see who really is the best, who is that person, who is that guy that is gonna take over the sport. And
this unexpected turn of events has redirected the focus from a Davis-Lomachenko matchup to a potential showdown between Davis and Stevenson. Boxing journalist Michael Benson recently shared this update on X, adding credibility to the claims and further stirring excitement within the boxing community. Even before his fight against Harutyunyan, Shakur Stevenson had expressed a strong desire to face Gervonta Davis. In an interview with Boxing Scene, Stevenson made it clear that he views a fight with Davis as the biggest potential matchup in boxing. "We all know that me and Tank is going to be the biggest fight in years to come. Everybody and any promoter will want to be involved when that happens. I just sit back and chill and try not to think about it. I'll think about it when it happens. Every hood in America is going to want to watch that fight," Stevenson said. His comments highlight the enormous appeal and marketability of such a fight, which promises to draw massive viewership and generate significant revenue.
Me and Tank Davis, I want to fight the guys that's going to come to try to fight me, to try to win, to make sure they got stuff to lose too, just like me. My guys that want to just come here and just be a part of the show.
A fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson is a matchup that has the potential to redefine the lightweight division. Both fighters bring unique skills and styles to the ring, making for an intriguing clash. Davis, known for his explosive power and aggressive fighting style, would be pitted against Stevenson's technical prowess and defensive skills. This contrast sets the stage for a captivating bout that could see either fighter emerge victorious. For Stevenson, this fight represents an opportunity to solidify his standing as one of the best in the division and to answer critics who have labeled some of his previous fights as boring. For Davis, it's a chance to further cement his reputation as a dominant force in boxing and to add another prestigious title to his collection.
Can you send a message to Tank Davis?
Get ready.
Vasily Lomachenko's decision to step aside and let Davis fight Stevenson is a strategic move that could pay off in the long run. By allowing this fight to happen, Lomachenko sets himself up for a high-stakes matchup against the winner in early 2025.
Good shot. That hurt.
He heard him with that. On the inside from Lomachenko.
That hurt him.
Lomachenko's best moment of the fight. It comes in round 10.
Came out of nowhere.
This decision also shows his confidence in his abilities and his desire to take on the very best, regardless of the outcome of the Davis-Stevenson fight. Lomachenko remains a formidable competitor, and his eventual bout against the victor of Davis versus Stevenson will undoubtedly be a must-watch event. The boxing community has been filling with reactions to these developments. Promoters, analysts, and fans are all weighing in on what this means for the sport. The prospect of Davis facing Stevenson this fall has injected new energy into the lightweight division, with many seeing it as a win-win situation for the sport. The The fight promises to deliver excitement, high-level competition, and a significant boost to the visibility of boxing. Additionally, the eventual winner's fight against Lomachenko adds another layer of anticipation and intrigue, ensuring that the lightweight division will remain at the forefront of the boxing world for the foreseeable future. From a business perspective, these developments are a goldmine. The potential pay-per-view numbers for a Davis-Stevenson fight, followed by a showdown with Lomachenko, are staggering. Promoters are undoubtedly eager to capitalize on this opportunity, knowing that such high-profile matchups can generate immense revenue. The promotional campaigns, endorsements, and media coverage surrounding these fights will be extensive, further elevating the sport's profile and drawing in casual viewers. Well, speaking of casual, it was just recently that Shakur Stevenson ignited a heated debate in the boxing world by calling Gervonta Tank Davis a casual due to his incorrect prediction regarding the Rolly Romero versus Isaac Cruz fight. Davis had predicted a victory for Rolly Romero, which turned out to be wrong. This criticism, however, goes beyond just a wrong prediction. It shows Stevenson's belief that Davis lacks deep boxing knowledge despite his talent in the ring.
When we look at him and really understand, you could be a special boxer, but don't really have the IQ and the...
Stevenson's comments came during an interview with Kevin Iol's channel. He did not hold back, questioning Davis's understanding of the sport. Tank is a casual. We've got to be honest. You can be a special boxer, but not really have the boxing knowledge, said Stevenson. This statement was a direct response to Davis's prediction that Rolly Romero would win against Isaac Cruz due to his power. Stevenson argued that this was a casual opinion, implying that Davis's analysis was simplistic and lacked depth. Tank Davis not only made a wrong prediction about the Romero versus Cruz fight, but also suggested that if he ever fought Stevenson, the latter would run from him. This prediction is not without merit in the eyes of many fans.
Hard to pick him fight, but I'm just explaining to you the casual in Gervonta Davis' brain. Good fighter, but he's a casual. So
Stevenson is known for his hit and not get hit approach, which has led to an undefeated record of 21-0 with 10 KOs. However, this style has also earned him a reputation as a runner, with critics arguing that he avoids engaging in a more aggressive, entertaining manner. Stevenson addressed these accusations directly, stating, "Can we really say that? The people that know boxing would say that Shakur is versatile?" He pointed out that his style is adaptable, noting that in his fight against Edwin de los Santos, he was criticized for moving too much, while previously he had been accused of being too flat-footed.
Even on a bad night, because everybody in sports have bad nights, but even on a bad night, I could come out on top against a really good fighter.
Despite his success, Stevenson's fighting style has been a point of contention. Critics argue that his defensive, cautious approach is not conducive to becoming a pay-per-view attraction. According to them, Stevenson's lack of knockout power, combined with his defensive tactics, makes his fights less entertaining for the average viewer. This sentiment is backed up by Davis and others who predict that Stevenson would avoid a toe-to-toe battle in favor of a safer, point-scoring strategy. Throughout his journey, Stevenson's response to these critiques has been consistent. His style is effective and has brought him success. He believes that changing his approach to become more entertaining would be detrimental, as his current method is what has led him to an undefeated career.
When Muhammad Ali used to float around the ring like a butterfly, how he say he used to float. I mean, nowadays, if he was in our era, they would say he's a runner.
In defending his style, Stevenson made a bold comparison to boxing legend Muhammad Ali. When Muhammad Ali used to fight, he would float around the ring like a butterfly. Nowadays, people would say he's a runner, said Stevenson. However, while Ali was known for his movement and defensive skills, he also had a reputation for engaging his opponents and showcasing a mix of offense and defense.
Shuffle is just, I'm bouncing. Don't hit me now. I'm not in shape. I'm a little out of shape. I'm jumping around. And for a minute, whatever, put your guard up. You're not going to be doing this in the ring.
Stevenson's comparison to Ali is seen by many as a stretch. Ali's fights, even when he was employing his defensive strategy, were rarely labeled as boring. He had the ability to blend his defensive skills with offensive flurries that kept fans on the edge of their seats. In contrast, Stevenson's style has been criticized for being too passive, with fans and critics alike finding his fights lacking in excitement. Fan perception plays a massive role in a boxer's marketability. Despite Stevenson's technical skills and undefeated record, many fans find his fights dull. This criticism is not new. Even before his last fight against Edwin de los Santos, fans were calling Stevenson a runner and labeling his fights as boring.
You know, and everybody in this room knows what will happen. And then he went like this, you know, that you were going to run around the ring.
The narrative has not shifted much, and the bout with de los Santos did little to change public opinion. Stevenson's dismissal of Davis as a casual is not just about a wrong prediction. It's a deeper critique of Davis's approach to analyzing fights. Davis, despite being a talented fighter, is portrayed by Stevenson as someone who relies on simplistic assessments rather than a nuanced understanding of the sport. This accusation strikes at the heart of what it means to be a true boxing aficionado. But if we are being honest about it, this seems like the number one thing holding back Shakur. Even the promoters have often said that if he could fix it, then he could be one of the greatest, possibly creating the name for himself that he's always chasing.
For me, just because of how good I truly am, and they know that I'm on that level. But you know, with that being the case, I think that it just comes with a lot. But fuck them.
Now, with all these on the table, it does seem that we are going to see Tank fight Shakur sooner, then Loma and Tank later. If things do play out, maybe Tank can silence Shakur once and for all. What's your take, though? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for future updates. See you in the next one. Peace out.